Hello everyone, this is Dr. Khushbu from Segan Mantras. Like we discussed in a previous video on how to plan a day or a week or a month and the overall scheduling for your child. Here I am with one more kind of a plan that we can make for our kids. So here it is. So now, instead of taking each day along with the specific timings, as in during and at what time, what activity or what particular thing we will do, I have moved to a gross plan structure for each day, gross plan structure for the whole week, and then each day what subject or a thing would be covered. And then we decide instantly what we have to do, or wherever I see my child's interest running, immediately when I have it in my head that this is what I have to cover, जैसे आज maths कराना है, so whatever he is doing, I bring maths in this scenario. So that's how we do these days. And apart from this gross structure, we have small set of rules which I put right on the sticky notes and paste it somewhere, that this is what you have to follow. And those are not like rules, but very simple things, like you have to talk softly, you always have to wear your chappals. Then in the kitchen I will stick that you have to drink minimum itne glasses of water every day without mama asking you to do that. Attend school every day, which will be like minimum 2 classes. They have 3 classes going on. And he is a little reluctant in front of the screen because waiting for his turn to come, and it's more of screen time with very less time where the child gets to participate or answer. So he is not very much interested in attending it on a regular basis. So I have written it in his schedule that you in the rules that you have to attend at least 1 or 2 classes. Like someday 2 is compulsory, someday 1 is compulsory. So that then you have to study with mama. If you attend school, then 30 minutes in a day. If you don't attend the school, then 30 minutes 2 times in a day. Then keep things back in place. Everything after use, whether it is toys or anything else that you are using, you have to put it back in its place after use or after play. And talk to someone from the family, relatives, friends, one person each day, even if it is say for 1 minute, hello, how are you, and that's all. So I'm not forcing him on that, but that is a part of his routine now, because the only thing is, it's not that he can't talk over the phone or sustain that conversation, but he is more interested in talking only to his granddad, so his grandfather. And I want him to develop an interest and respond to everybody's call, each person in the family, whoever calls him or wants to speak to him. Okay, so moving to day 1, Monday, we had planned only 2 things, fitness and math. So in fitness, instead of focusing more on making him do the exercise, our day started with talks about fitness, what fitness is, what a good health is, why, and how can you stay fit, why is it important to be fit, why should you do yoga, why should you do this, that. And then after explaining him everything, I did not have to tell him to do something. He himself decided that he wants to do this set of exercises, this set of postures. And he has been reading some story in one of the apps. I'm forgetting the title. I think RB went to the zoo or something. Like, he told me a lot of stories. So around that story, we build our exercise, the set of exercise, the postures, the animal walks, and various things we brought into the picture, and we did that. And I told him, from this you have to make your own exercise regime that you have to do every day. So he's doing that happily. So sometimes he does skip, but otherwise I don't have to force him a lot. Then math. Now he is, when it comes to the course book, he is able to, or rather, I would say he knows the concepts and he can do all that is been taught in school or children of his age would do. But whenever there is a change in the language, the way the question is put up, like say, suppose he knows the smallest number, he knows the biggest number, he can arrange the numbers from smallest to biggest, ascending and descending order, increasing and decreasing order. But this change of words sometimes confuses him. Or say, suppose I have 5 numbers written in a sequence in a row, and I ask him to circle all the numbers which is greater than 11. So these are certain questions where he knows the concept, but the question confuses him. So we worked on those, and then I told him to enact like a teacher, and I am the student because I still haven't understood the concept. So if he can just explain it to me. So we actually did that. He took the board, we sat on the table and chair. I was sitting on the sofa as a student, he became the teacher. I gave him the script, like how a teacher starts, showed him a few videos. See, this is the teacher, how a teacher teaches, and told him how his school teachers are teaching online. So this is how you have to teach me now. Whatever you know, you have to teach mama as a student, as a teacher. So we did that, and then I have these magnetic beads. These are very small, so not really suggested for the children who are too small, and it's a little risky. So be careful if you use something like this. But he knows, and this is like another thing which he wanted ever since the lockdown started, and he has been following on Amazon ki kab delivery start hongi and when I can order this. So he himself explored this, found it in one of the videos on Amazon, then added it in the cart, and was every day after me, order karo, order karo, order karo. So finally when the delivery started, we ordered it. So with these magnetic beads, we did some mathematical operations, learned how, like when we club and make a bunch of 10, so 10 beads together, and then addition, subtraction, tens, ones, all that we did. So this finishes Monday. Then Tuesday was a spiritual day and Hindi. So what we did was, in a diary, I wrote Hanuman Chalisa, 2-3 pages, and I told him as much as he wants, but he has to listen to it. So I played it in the loop on the music system. He was listening to Hanuman Chalisa, reading it what I had written, and writing it alongside. So he could write only 3 to 4 lines, but that's okay. At least he was listening to it all that while. So that, and then Hindi again, sharing a few pictures from his book. Hindi is a little complex for him. He has never been really interested in Hindi. In fact, his primary language from the beginning, though we tried a lot that he speaks in Hindi as his primary language or the first language that he learns, but somehow he never showed an interest. So Hindi has been a little tough for him. So I'm trying to translate everything that he reads, whether it is the sounds. So like say suppose gha and cha, he's confused. So gha say ghost and cha say something. So that way he is able to make out or identify the akshar, the sound of it. Then when reading a paragraph or a story or something, I give him the English translation of that. Sometimes an English translation, sometimes we write the sounds in English with the English letters. So that ways we did Hindi writing as well. Then Wednesday, healthy eating and English. Again we clubbed the two things. So I showed him a YouTube video on healthy eating. He also found out a few videos which he saw. Then we talked about it. We prepared some healthy food together, like salads. We cut fruits together and a little more. And then he doesn't eat a lot of fruits and was very reluctant to eat sabzis. But when we watched a few videos and he saw how kids can't read the blackboard, their eyes become weak, the digestive system gets disturbed and all that. So it's not that I haven't showed him this earlier, but this time it was more with a focus because the whole day was dedicated to talking about healthy eating and what an unhealthy food would do. So I'm not expecting a lot from him that he would change his habits in one day, but at least it has brought in a little change. Then in English, we made worksheets related to that and also related to the things that we have covered earlier, like fitness, Hanuman Chalisa. So English may I made a worksheet for him. Then Thursday, breathing exercise. Again, we did this together during the bedtime, soon after waking up, and during sleep, not throughout the day. And in Sanskrit, the same Hanuman Chalisa that he was first listening, he now learned to sing correctly. He could sing a few lines, like first 8-10 lines, but again, he can't really pick up the words properly. So after writing, reading, listening, he could now sing it properly. Again, I'm not rushing on this. Let him take his own time and learn it. But he should learn to sing it properly. Then Friday, emotional health. We talked about what emotions are and how an emotional health of a person is important. So this wasn't an easy thing, and it will also not come in one day. So I took the help of his doll here, with whom he is like very attached. He just can't bear to see her in any pain or we handling her roughly. So that helped me here. Then EVS, the school is doing the chapter My Family and Relations. So I explained him all the relations, but again, if it is all in one go, it kind of bombards the child with a lot of data and information to process. And he has the same thing in Hindi also, like Mata ki Mata, Mata ke Pita, and all that. So I explained him, but then I told him every day, whoever you will speak to on the phone, like we have that as one of the rules, I will, and it has to be a different person each day. So I will explain you that very day, wo kaun hai, and then you write it. So like say suppose if it is Chachi, so who she is, what is her name, and then in relation, and then Hindi में हम किसको चाची बोलते हैं. So this finished our Friday. Now screen time was allowed only for Saturday and Sunday. Apart from that, it was only related to some studies or the videos that Mama will show you, or something educational when and a little bit of screen time as a reward was given to him throughout the week. Now weekends I don't restrict him much, so he is free to watch screen because anyways we have a lot of power issues, so we don't have power most of the times. So that ways I am lucky, I don't have to impose a lot of restrictions there. So computers in GK, again we clubbed the day the day it was computers. We I gave him an introduction about what a machine is, referring to his computer's course book for grade 1. What a machine is, how are different types, or what are the different types of machines. Some run on fuel, some run on power, some run on the physical power you put. It's all from his course book. So from there we learned an introduction to the system of computers, and also like he's good at typing, finding things on Google and everything, but I clubbed it with GK on the other day. So in his general knowledge book, wherever he was getting stuck, because there are a lot of things which are new for him, like pictures, there are pictures given of the flowers and various other things, and then there are words given, but he doesn't know which flower is named as what. So I told him, you use your phone, laptop, whatever, Google it, find it out. So that ways, and then taught him how to download an image from Google, save an image of the same thing that he's seeing in the book. So that is how we planned our week. And I plan to continue this under the same headings. Now definitely a lot of variations will come in, But instead of taking it time wise, I try to follow his interest each day along with covering what I have in my mind. So, see, suppose the day when it is GK, if he is not interested in book but more in TV, as anyways he has a screen time, I will find something from the YouTube videos or anything on the TV that can take him to this subject, general knowledge, and we can work on that. So whether it is worksheets, whether it is in talking, watching videos, writing something, recording audios, whatever it is, but then we have the subject or the topic on what we are working. So this is the summary of how we spent our week. I'm not rushing a lot because being at home, children are anyways a lot frustrated, so I let him decide what he wants to do. Most of the times it's only rarely that I will get into or or ask him that let's do this, and maybe what you are doing we can do that together a little later. So he happily agrees. Also, I had posted my part 1 on this planning and scheduling the day long back, and I promised I'll keep posting, but somehow the time and circumstances don't permit really for this thing to happen regular. But we have a closed Telegram group on which we have recently started discussing on a particular topic for each week. So this week the topic was planning and scheduling, all about scheduling, how we do it. So this is my like how we do it or how we did it in this week. We'll share more pictures and videos on the closed group itself. So if there's anything you want to ask about, please drop it in the comments box. And happy making your schedules and happy following. Keep playing with your kids. Thank you.